Hi everyone, we are off to Cirencester for the weekend. Quick stop off at the co-op in Morton on the way, so let's go, let's see what it's like. I've heard good things about this site.
Well, look who we've bumped into.
Hello.
Fancy that. Fancy that. Right, are we going to go for a walk into the middle of town then?
Yes, you've forgotten where we are, haven't
Town,
you?
city?
Cirencester.
Town.
Town.
Yes, we are at Cirencester. So this is the Caravan and Motorhome Club site here. We'll do a full tour in a bit, but we are at reception just here and there's apparently a walk. So if we walk up through here and then turn left, that takes us straight down into town, I think, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So Friday afternoon, sun is out.
Hats are on.
Hats are on. It is a bit chilly, but we'll go for a nice walk and we'll see what we can find. Right, so Chris has been genning up on everything to do with Cirencester. So Chris, what is the biggest fact that you found about Cirencester? What are we going to see?
The biggest fact, it's Roman history. It's founded in AD 75.
That's not the biggest fact.
No, but
It's
it
the
was
biggest-
in 75 AD. It was as large as London and featuring a massive amphitheater still visible today.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was something about a big hedge
And a
as well.
very large hedge.
That's the one that I was interested in. Let's go and see if we can find that large hedge there.
Very large.
That's going to be the mission for
The
this
tallest
afternoon.
hedge is 40 feet high in Cirencester Park.
Okay, right, off to Cirencester Park we go.
Right, off we go. Okay, so I think we don't really know where we're going. We think it's this way, but we're gonna have a wander down. Chris thinks he's seen the hedge already, but I don't believe him. We'll see. So we're at the Old Kennels. So this is a bit of a development. This is literally 5 minutes walk away from the campsite. Just having a quick look around. Looks like a nice restaurant here. There's a pizzeria. Really nice. Dogs on leads, all okay as well. So yeah, brilliant. Just so close to the campsite too. Just round the corner from all of the pizzeria and everything else is the Corinium Ales Brewery bar and shop. So I think it's a tap room, isn't it?
It is.
So,
Looks like they do tours and all kinds of things as well.
wow. Let's go, let's have a look. So this is Corinium Gold. And I tell you what, this is a beautiful ale. It really is. And what have you got, Hun?
Shandy Shack Elderflower Lager, it's only 2.5%, so maybe he's trying to tell me something.
You said you wanted something light.
I did say something like, tastes like summers on the village green.
So after a lovely drink, we're just going to head down here through the park, straight down into town. Well, you wanted to see the hedge. There it is. There is the hedge. It's actually a big circular hedge and it's on the inside of the park. So if you actually want to go and see it inside, you need to pay your £4 entry to the park, have a walk round. It's behind the house, but there it is. 40-foot hedge. You've seen it now.
This is lovely. Very pretty.
Well, there we go. Then we just had another lovely drink in the Bear Inn. So, quick walk back to the campsite, and it looked like there might be a food truck at the front. So, if we get there in time, maybe a food truck for dinner. So we're in luck. The Nadja Grill is open tonight. It's Friday night. It's also open Saturday nights too. We've got an order. Let's see what this is like. So I think we've managed to pick the weather for this weekend, haven't we? Because this is Saturday now, and wow, this is
Stunning.
stunning, isn't it? So
Yes.
another good walk in the park, which is good because
So Ali found out this morning, after walking around the site with our rubbish for miles upon end, that with the nifty little card from reception for £10 refundable cash deposit. Cash deposit. You get yourself one of these, which is linked to your pitch, and that gets you into the park free of charge. So that's saved us £16. £4 each for adults. I think there's a family pass for it as well. But if you're staying on this campsite, free of charge with a card. So we found a lovely little cafe right on the marketplace called Linwood & Co. I say we found it, Will spotted it yesterday from the quality of the grinders in the window and the Lamazocco machine also, so he's been making a beeline for it all the way here this morning. Looks like it might live up to the quality of the kit.
So we've just had a fantastic afternoon meal here at La Bobina. So this is Spanish tapas, and I tell you what, absolutely stunning. Sarah had heard about this from one of our subscribers. It's absolutely incredible. So thank you to whoever you are for recommending it to us. It's been fantastic. So we're just walking back through the park to the campsite now. And I'll tell you what, if you come this way, make sure you get into the park before 5:15 in the evening, because otherwise, well, the gates are locked and you're going to have to go up the main road, which you can do, it's not too far, but this is a lovely walk in the park. Well, morning everyone. It's a beautiful Sunday morning and we're going to give you a quick tour of this incredible campsite. So you first approach this site as you come in past Cirencester College. You come down right next to the college. Be careful, it's a shared path with everybody, especially if you've got a long caravan or anything like that, just be really careful. And then you come into this main site entrance behind me here. Now, this site has got 216 pitches. It's a really big one. And 3 of those are actually tent pitches. So again, not often that you see that at Caravan and Motorhome Club sites, but there are 3 tent pitches here if you're lucky enough to be able to bag one of those and you want to camp in that way. So 213 normal pitches. Got a whole range here, hard standing with awning, all of that kind of stuff. Check the website for all the different details of those, and we'll show you a map so you can see exactly how this site's laid out. But effectively 2 big main facilities blocks when you go past the reception here, yeah, you can just tell it's a really big site, but everything's really well spread out. It's not really cramped, it's got a nice open feel to it. Good solid concrete, tarmac paths as you go around. Really accessible as well. So as you come into the site here, on the left hand side you'll see all that's a recycling area and all of that kind of stuff. You come into the site, if you're late and you can't manage to check in, they've got an emergency spot on the right hand side. But for everyone who's here on time, you can go in one of 2 lanes, and you'll see one says fast check-in, and I'll talk to you about that because that's quite new. So you've got reception check-in here, and obviously you've got reception on the left-hand side there. It sells drinks and a few kind of essential items and stuff, so if you've forgotten anything, you can always go in there. And if you have got fast check-in, you can go straight into the right-hand lane, because now you can register your vehicle registration number when you book, and that allows you to go straight up to the gate here, and they use ANPR, so you don't have to go in and faff about with cards and all that kind of stuff. And you'll see here a little screen, and that said welcome to this campsite. Had our registration on, barrier goes up, everything's really easy. So we've got a little information hut here. Let's have a quick look in here, see what we've got. So these are usually really helpful if you just want to see a little bit about either the campsite itself, the local area. It's got maps and all that kind of stuff. If you want any kind of taxis or anything like that, always really good to have a look in the little information hut. Obviously tourist leaflets and stuff over that side there if you're looking for something to do. Sometimes some special offers. I can see there's some 2-for-1 offers on pizzas and all that kind of stuff. But here is the campsite layout itself. So you can see quite a substantial site, and your 2 facilities blocks. So there's one there and one there. So depending on where you pick, you might have a little bit of a walk. If you're right over the side here, or if you're right at the extremities, it might be a bit of a walk to a facilities block. Just depends how important that is to you. But reception's here, and we're just in the little information hut just there. So our pitch is number 7, I think it is. So this one up here. So we do have a little bit of a walk to the facilities park, not too bad at all. And yeah, it's been incredibly peaceful here. So you can see the different pitch types. So you've got serviced pitches in the red, and then the white is the standard with awnings, and then you've got grass pitches which are in the circles. So really good in terms of just being able to pick a relevant pitch, because when you book you don't actually pick a pitch number. You have to arrive and then they tell you which type of marker post, because these are coloured marker posts on these pitches. They tell you which marker post you have to find an empty pitch on. You grab that pitch and then that is your pitch. You just, if you've used the fast check-in, you can reply using a text message which pitch you're on, and then it's all registered. If you haven't used that, you just nip down to the main reception, tell them which pitch you're on, and then they know. So right next to the information block, there is also this area here where you get the little eateries which come along to serve you. That really is one of the great things about being on a much bigger site. You tend to get more people coming along to serve different foods on different nights of the week. So here you've got the Naja Grill, which is Zimbabwean food on the grill, and that's on Fridays and Saturdays and 5 till 7. There's also pizza on Wednesdays, and there was something else on Spud Shack on, I think it was Tuesdays. Tuesdays, yes, Tuesdays. So good selection of food, really. So if you don't really want to go and venture off anywhere else and you just want someone else to make your dinner for you, you're going to be all right here. So good size facilities. This is obviously just one of the 2 blocks. Showers, toilets, obviously all of your facilities in there, disabled facilities too, motorhome service point out the front here, and I've seen quite a few motorhome service points around the site as well, so it's not just one, which is really good, really handy. Obviously got drinking water, all that kind of stuff, chemical waste points there as well, and obviously also chemical waste points at various different places around the site, just in little individual service points. Absolutely stunning around this site this morning. So obviously dogs allowed on this site, and just as we walk through, there's some really nice open green spaces here as well for you to be able to walk around the site. I'm just going to walk across here over to our van. This isn't anyone's pitch, it's just nice open area. So there you go then, that is a hard standing pitch. You can see Chris Nally's Grand California around the back there as well. We've got a beautiful Marco Polo opposite us. They were telling us they're off on their travels to Slovenia, I think it was. So very, very nice indeed. But yeah, what a morning it is here. So one of the nice things that I have noticed on this site is when you're coming up here to get towards the exit, there is actually a motorhome service point right next to where you end up leaving. So standard motorhome service point, obviously grid in the ground as you would imagine, filling up with water and things. You can drop all of your wastewater down the grid. You can see the entrance just at the top there with the barrier, but there's also a chemical waste point here. There's also a really handy dog and bike wash point, which is good. All with a hose and everything, so very handy. So as you come up to exit, obviously automated barrier again, and then we're back at the front of the site. Now if you are going for a walk into town, you've got a couple of ways to do that. From here you can either go straight up round to the right there and then down the road, or you can walk this way. So you can go through the park, Cirencester Park, and remember you can get the card from reception if you're staying here at the site, just a £10 deposit, and then you've got a card to be able to walk through the park. So Sarah tells me there is a great amphitheater, Roman amphitheater here in Cirencester, which is a short walk away from the campsite. So we're going to go and check it out. I think it's English heritage, which is not surprising. So yeah, hopefully this should be a good one. To get to the amphitheatre, you go straight out the campsite entrance up to the main road, so the dual carriageway at the top. There's a subway you can go straight underneath, and then you just follow that road all the way down until you turn left off that road down Cotswold Avenue, I think this is called, and then it's straight down here on the left-hand side.
So, the Cirencester amphitheater. Cirencester was a really important town in Roman times, apparently, second only in size to London. This surviving grass-covered earthwork supported stone and timber seating for an estimated 8,000 people. So, yeah, this is going to be quite something to see, isn't it? Oh, that is quite incredible.
Oh, wow. Wow. That is enormous. That is quite spectacular. Well, this is helpful. Look, there's a photo of it.
I think it might be more commonly known as an artist impression.
Yes. So it's oval in shape by the looks of things.
Yeah, but drawn surprisingly round.
Yeah.
So it looks like it had an entrance in and out on a bit of an axis going in there.
And that's the original.
So the yellowy roads are the original Roman street plans,
And
and
the
the
town
blue
wall.
is today. And then, yeah, you've got the Roman town wall that was there.
Fantastic. Well, this has been a fantastic trip, hasn't it?
It has. What stunning weather we've had.
I mean, it's been like this for the entire weekend. So Friday, Saturday, obviously it's Sunday lunchtime now. Wow, really nice.
Cold, but beautifully sunny.
Yeah, and what a
Yeah.
fantastic site for exploring this area. So just, if you're thinking about coming to Cirencester, definitely check out this campsite.
Yeah.
It's not cheap though, because I think we paid nearly £70.
37.50 a night, I think it actually was.
But we did get a deal though, didn't we? Because
We
you got
did, yeah.
buy one, get one free, or one night free, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah.
So we just got a random email saying book a 2-night stay and get one of the nights for free. So we did. So yeah, amazing stay. Definitely recommend this campsite. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking to explore the Cotswolds.
And I think if we'd had another couple of days down here, we'd have probably got on the bus and gone up to Borton or
Yeah.
something else. Looks
Morton
like
on
there's
the
a
Morton in the Marsh.
good few places that you could get some public transport to as well. So
Definitely.
yeah, brilliant place.
Definitely. Check it out. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoy this kind of content. Please like and subscribe if you do. And we'll see you again soon for some more
Campervan time.